Welcome, dear dreamers, to a journey through time's forgotten whispers. Tonight, we drift into the depths of an ancient mystery that challenges everything we thought we knew about the past. Imagine discovering a device so advanced, so impossibly sophisticated, that it rewrites history itself. The Antikythera Mechanism, Greece's lost computer, sleeping beneath Mediterranean waves for 2 millennia, waiting to reveal its secrets. Let this ancient wonder guide you into peaceful slumber. Like and subscribe for more mysteries that cradle your dreams. Chapter 1: Beneath the Wine-Dark Sea. Picture the wine-dark waters of the Aegean Sea in the spring of 1900, where Captain Demetrius Kondas guides his small fleet of sponge divers toward the rocky shores of Antikythera Island. These weathered men from the island of Simi have spent their lives plunging into the Mediterranean's depths, their lungs burning as they harvest the precious sponges that grace the bathhouses of Athens and Rome. But on this fateful day, a fierce storm drives them to seek shelter in waters that will forever change our understanding of the ancient world. Elias Stadiatis, the expedition's most experienced diver, straps on his heavy helmet and bronze diving suit before descending into the crystalline depths off Antikythera's coast. 60 feet below the surface, where shafts of sunlight dance through the water like fingers of the gods, he expects to find the familiar sight of sponges clinging to underwater rocks. Instead, his eyes fall upon something extraordinary, the ghostly outline of an ancient ship, its wooden hull long since claimed by the sea, but its cargo of marble statues and bronze artifacts scattered across the seabed like offerings to Poseidon himself. When Stadiatis surfaces, gasping and wild-eyed, his fellow divers initially dismiss his breathless tales of bronze horses and marble figures as nitrogen madness. But when he produces a corroded bronze arm from a statue, Captain Kondas realizes they have stumbled upon the greatest underwater archaeological treasure in the Mediterranean. This is no ordinary shipwreck, but a vessel carrying the finest treasures of the Hellenistic world. The ship itself tells a story of the ancient Mediterranean's golden age. Built sometime in the 1st century before Christ, during an era when Greek learning flourished under Roman patronage, this vessel was likely carrying precious cargo from the workshops of Rhodes to wealthy collectors in Rome. The marble statues speak of master sculptors working in the tradition of Lysippus and Praxiteles, while bronze figurines demonstrate the refined artistic tastes of Roman aristocrats who competed fiercely to own the finest examples of Greek artistry. But among the obvious treasures, the gleaming marble torsos, the bronze vessels that once graced symposiums where philosophers debated the nature of the cosmos, lies something far more mysterious. Encrusted with marine growth and corroded by 2 millennia beneath the waves, a lump of bronze gears and bronze-working fragments waits to revolutionize our understanding of ancient capabilities. This unremarkable mass, no larger than a thick papyrus scroll, contains within its corroded layers the most sophisticated mechanical device to survive from the ancient world. For months, Greek sponge divers risk their lives in the treacherous waters, bringing up fragments of what archaeologists will later recognize as the cargo of a luxury vessel. Each dive reveals new wonders: bronze and silver coins bearing the faces of Hellenistic kings, delicate glassware that once held perfumes and wines, astronomical instruments that guided ancient navigators across the wine-dark sea. Yet none of these treasures hint at the true significance of that corroded bronze mass that sits unnoticed in the Athens Archaeological Museum. The shipwreck itself becomes a window into the sophisticated world of the 1st century before Christ, when the Hellenistic kingdoms were falling one by one to Roman expansion, yet Greek learning and innovation continued to flourish. This was an age when the Great Library of Alexandria housed hundreds of thousands of papyrus scrolls containing the accumulated wisdom of civilizations, when scholars like Hipparchus were mapping the heavens with unprecedented precision, and when craftsmen working with bronze achieved levels of sophistication that would not be equaled for over 1,000 years. The vessel's route likely connected the island of Rhodes, renowned throughout the Mediterranean for its precision bronze working and astronomical studies, with the luxury markets of Rome, where wealthy patrons competed to own the most impressive examples of Greek scientific instruments. In the workshops of Rhodes, master craftsmen had spent generations refining their techniques, creating mechanical devices that pushed the boundaries of what bronze and human ingenuity could achieve. As archaeologists painstakingly catalog the treasures from Antikythera, they unknowingly handle fragments of humanity's first known analog computer, a device so sophisticated that its discovery will challenge every assumption about ancient technological capabilities. The bronze gears that lie hidden beneath marine concretion represent the culmination of centuries of Greek mathematical genius, Babylonian astronomical knowledge, and Hellenistic mechanical innovation. The Wine-dark Sea has preserved for us not just the artistic treasures of antiquity, but evidence of a lost world where science and craftsmanship achieved heights that would astonish even our modern age. Chapter 2: The Celestial Calculator. Within the bronze-working workshops of Rhodes, where the rhythmic hammering of metal on anvils echoes through marble corridors, craftsmen are creating something unprecedented in human history. The scratching of stylus on wax tablets mingles with the grinding of precisely cut bronze gears as master artisans push the boundaries of mechanical possibility, their oil lamps casting dancing shadows across intricate gear trains that will astound archaeologists 2 millennia hence. The device they craft is no mere timepiece or simple calculator. This bronze marvel represents the marriage of Greek geometric genius with Babylonian astronomical wisdom, a mechanical cosmos that captures the very heartbeat of the heavens. Its gear trains, cut with extraordinary precision using only bronze-working tools and human skill, create mathematical relationships that mirror the complex dance of celestial bodies across the zodiac. Through ingenious bronze mechanisms, the device predicts eclipses with startling accuracy. Solar eclipses, those moments when day becomes night and ancient peoples trembled before the dying sun, unfold according to the 223-month Saros cycle that Babylonian astronomers had discovered through centuries of patient observation. The mechanism's gears encode this knowledge in bronze, transforming abstract astronomical periods into tangible mechanical motion. Lunar eclipses too surrender their secrets to the calculator's bronze wheels. The device tracks the moon's journey through Earth's shadow with mechanical precision, its gear ratios embodying the mathematical harmonies that govern celestial mechanics. What once required teams of scholars consulting papyrus scrolls filled with complex calculations can now be determined by simply turning a bronze crank. But the mechanism's true genius lies in its planetary calculations. Venus, the morning and evening star whose appearances and disappearances puzzled ancient observers, follows predictable patterns encoded in the device's epicycles. The bronze gears track the planet's synodic period, that intricate celestial waltz where Venus appears to loop backward against the stellar background before resuming its eastward motion. Mars, the blood-red wanderer whose retrograde motion challenged ancient astronomers, submits to the mechanism's mechanical logic. Bronze wheels within wheels capture the planet's complex apparent path, using epicycles that transform irregular celestial motion into smooth, predictable mechanical rotation. The device demonstrates that even the most chaotic-seeming planetary movements follow mathematical laws that human ingenuity can encode in bronze and gear teeth. The mechanism serves as more than an astronomical computer. Its bronze calculations encompass the very rhythm of Hellenistic civilization. The device tracks the 4-year Olympic cycle, those sacred competitions that united the fractured Greek world in peaceful athletic rivalry. Spectators gathering in gymnasia and stoas could consult the mechanism to determine when the next games would draw athletes from across the Mediterranean to compete for olive wreaths and eternal glory. Religious festivals too fall within the calculator's bronze memory. The complex Greek calendar, with its intricate intercalation of months to align lunar cycles with solar years, becomes manageable through mechanical computation. No longer must priests consulting papyrus scrolls struggle with astronomical calculations to determine proper festival dates. The bronze gears encode this temporal knowledge, transforming abstract calendar mathematics into simple mechanical operation. The precession of the equinoxes, that subtle wobble in Earth's rotation discovered by Hipparchus, finds expression in the mechanism's most sophisticated gear trains. Over centuries and millennia, the positions of stars shift gradually against the seasonal calendar, a motion so slow that only the most careful observers could detect it. Yet the device's bronze wheels capture even this cosmic rhythm, demonstrating astronomical knowledge that rivals our modern understanding. Each bronze gear tooth represents hours of painstaking craftsmanship in smoky workshops where braziers provide warmth and light. Artisans wearing simple chitin and himation work bronze into shapes that embody mathematical relationships of staggering complexity. Their tools leave marks on metal that archaeologists will one day study with electron microscopes, marveling at precision achieved through human skill alone. The mechanism's bronze surface bears inscriptions in ancient Greek, a user's manual scratched into metal with stylus techniques familiar from wax tablets. These texts reveal the device's operation, explaining how bronze handles and dials display astronomical information that once required extensive consultation of papyrus scrolls and complex mathematical calculations. In the Agora of Rhodes, wealthy Romans negotiate with Greek craftsmen for possession of such astronomical calculators. These devices represent the pinnacle of Hellenistic achievement, mechanical embodiments of centuries of accumulated astronomical wisdom. The bronze gears clicking quietly within wooden cases contain knowledge that transforms their owners into masters of celestial prediction, capable of foretelling eclipses, planetary positions, and festival dates with mechanical certainty. The Antikythera Mechanism stands as testament to human ingenuity transcending the limitations of its age, bronze wheels encoding cosmic knowledge with precision that challenges our assumptions about ancient capabilities. When oil lamps flicker low in the Stoa of Rhodes and sandaled feet grow quiet on marble floors, we glimpse the true magnitude of what has been lost. The Antikythera Mechanism emerges from bronze-working workshops not as an isolated marvel, but as the surviving whisper of a vanished symphony of knowledge that once resonated throughout the Hellenistic world. In the gymnasia where philosophers debated beneath star-filled skies, minds like Hipparchus traced celestial mechanics with mathematical precision that would not be equaled for 15 centuries. The rhythmic hammering of bronze on anvils in Rhodian workshops echoed discoveries made in the Library of Alexandria, where papyrus scrolls contained astronomical observations gathered from Babylon to the Nile Delta. Each gear tooth filed by lamplight represents knowledge flowing between centers of learning connected by merchant vessels and scholarly correspondence. The scratching of stylus on wax tablets in Alexandria recorded epicycles and precession calculations that bronze craftsmen would later encode into mechanical form. These devices required no translation between languages or cultures. The universal language of bronze gears clicking in precise ratios spoke directly of cosmic truths. When wealthy Romans acquired such astronomical calculators in the Agora, they possessed not merely clever mechanisms, but fragments of humanity's most ambitious attempt to comprehend celestial order through mechanical means. The grinding of metal gears within wooden cases embodied centuries of accumulated wisdom about zodiac movements, eclipse cycles, and planetary wanderings. Hellenistic astronomers had inherited Babylonian observations spanning millennia, refined through Greek geometric insight and Egyptian calendrical precision. This synthesis of ancient knowledge traditions found its ultimate expression in bronze wheels rotating in mathematical harmony, each revolution echoing observations made by countless generations of skywatchers. Yet the mechanism represents more than astronomical achievement. Its very existence reveals a civilization confident enough in its understanding to encode knowledge permanently in bronze, sophisticated enough to miniaturize complex calculations into portable form, and prosperous enough to commission such expensive demonstrations of scientific mastery. The torsion-powered workshops of Rhodes produced instruments that transformed abstract mathematical relationships into tangible mechanical reality. Consider the profound implications of gear trains designed to model cosmic movements. Ancient craftsmen working by brazier light understood that bronze wheels could mirror celestial mechanics, that human hands could create mechanical analogues of divine order. This represents a conceptual leap of staggering audacity, the belief that mortal engineering could replicate cosmic design, that mathematical principles governing planetary motion could be captured in gear ratios calculated on papyrus scrolls and manifested in bronze. The mechanism's inscriptions, scratched with techniques familiar from wax tablets, serve as mechanical papyrus, preserving operational knowledge in imperishable bronze. These texts transform the device into a teaching instrument, enabling knowledge transfer across generations of users who might never visit Alexandria's museum or study under Rhodian masters. The bronze surface becomes a library, encoding not just astronomical data but the very methods of celestial calculation. When we examine surviving gear fragments, we witness the pinnacle of Hellenistic bronzeworking pushed beyond decorative arts into the realm of precision engineering. Craftsmen achieved tolerances that speak to generations of accumulated expertise, each workshop building upon techniques refined through centuries of mechanical innovation. The quiet clicking of bronze gears represents human skill elevated to levels that challenge modern preconceptions about ancient capabilities. The mechanism's complexity suggests an entire tradition of astronomical devices, a lost heritage of bronze instruments that once graced the homes of educated Greeks and curious Romans throughout the Mediterranean. What survives represents perhaps one example among many, the sole remnant of a technological tradition severed when political upheaval disrupted the networks connecting workshops with centers of learning. In those final moments before bronze workshops fell silent and papyrus scrolls crumbled to dust, the Antikythera Mechanism embodied humanity's highest aspirations. Its gears encoded not just astronomical calculations, but the entire Hellenistic worldview: rational, mathematical, confident in human ability to comprehend cosmic order through patient observation and ingenious engineering. As oil lamps burn low and the crackling of braziers fades to silence, the mechanism stands as testament to civilizational achievement that transcends its bronze components. It represents the moment when human knowledge reached sufficient sophistication to create mechanical mirrors of cosmic reality, when the universe itself could be captured in clicking gears and rotating dials. The mystery of the Antikythera Mechanism ultimately reveals the mystery of lost human potential. Entire traditions of knowledge and craftsmanship that once flourished in Mediterranean workshops, preserved now only in bronze fragments that whisper of ancient wisdom encoded in eternal metal. In the quiet depths of the Mediterranean, where the Antikythera Mechanism rested for 2 millennia, bronze gears waited in darkness while civilizations rose and fell above. The same stars that guided ancient Rhodian craftsmen continued their eternal dance, marking time with celestial precision that no human clockwork could match. Yet for a brief moment in history, mortal hands had captured something of that cosmic rhythm in bronze. The mechanism's gears tell a story that extends far beyond their immediate function. Each precisely cut tooth represents countless hours of patient calculation, generations of astronomical observations carefully recorded on papyrus scrolls, mathematical insights passed from teacher to student in gymnasium halls where oil lamps flickered against marble columns. The bronze itself carries the accumulated wisdom of stargazers who stood beneath Mediterranean skies, tracking planetary movements across the zodiac with instruments no more sophisticated than bronze astrolabes and geometric reasoning. Those ancient astronomers understood something profound about humanity's place in the cosmos. They recognized that the same mathematical principles governing the paths of planets could be reproduced in miniature, that the universe operated according to discoverable laws expressible through gear ratios and bronze mechanisms. Their confidence in human reason bordered on the mystical. They believed the human mind could penetrate cosmic mysteries through patient observation and ingenious calculation. In workshops where bronze working techniques had been refined across centuries, craftsmen transformed astronomical theory into clicking reality. The rhythmic hammering that shaped each gear tooth echoed the celestial mechanics being reproduced in metal. Master craftsmen working by brazier light achieved tolerances that modern engineers struggle to comprehend, creating mechanical poetry that sang of planetary periods and lunar phases. The mechanism embodies a particular moment in human understanding when the cosmos seemed comprehensible, when the apparent chaos of celestial movements revealed underlying order expressible through mathematics and reproducible through bronze craftsmanship. This was knowledge pursued for its own beauty, astronomy practiced as much for wonder as utility. The device speaks to an age when learning and curiosity drove innovation, when understanding the universe represented humanity's highest aspiration. Yet the mechanism also reminds us how fragile such knowledge proves. The sophisticated astronomical understanding encoded in its gears vanished with the workshops that created them. Political upheaval severed connections between craftsmen and scholars, economic disruption ended patronage for such refined devices, and the delicate networks sustaining advanced learning gradually dissolved. Knowledge that had taken centuries to accumulate disappeared within generations. What survived in bronze tells us what was lost in flesh and memory. The mechanism's existence suggests entire traditions of astronomical calculation, libraries of astronomical treatises, communities of scholars and craftsmen whose collaborative work produced such marvels. Each gear implies supporting infrastructure of learning that once connected Mediterranean cities in networks of intellectual exchange. The device stands as monument to vanished civilizational capabilities. But perhaps the most profound mystery lies not in how the mechanism worked, but in why it was created. Beyond practical astronomical calculation, it served as meditation on cosmic order, mechanical prayer to mathematical gods governing planetary motion. Its creators sought to understand their place within vast celestial clockwork, to participate through bronze mimicry in the universe's fundamental rhythms. The same impulse that drove ancient craftsmen to encode star movements in clicking gears continues driving modern archaeologists and engineers who painstakingly reconstruct its function. Across millennia, humans share identical wonder at celestial mechanics, identical desire to understand cosmic order through patient investigation and ingenious reasoning. The mechanism bridges ancient and modern minds seeking the same fundamental comprehension. In our age of electronic computation, the Antikythera Mechanism reminds us that true innovation emerges from deep understanding rather than technological sophistication. Ancient craftsmen achieved remarkable precision through patient skill and accumulated wisdom. Their bronze gears calculated planetary positions with accuracy that honored both mathematical theory and observational practice. As consciousness fades like oil lamps guttering in Mediterranean workshops, the mechanism's bronze gears continue their silent testimony. They speak of human minds capable of grasping cosmic order, hands skilled enough to reproduce it in metal, hearts humble enough to find wonder in celestial mechanics. The device embodies timeless human longing to understand our place within vast universal clockwork. The mystery of the Antikythera Mechanism ultimately transcends bronze in calculation. It reveals the mystery of human consciousness itself, minds capable of recognizing cosmic patterns, encoding them in mechanical form, and transmitting understanding across centuries through surviving fragments of bronze genius. In darkness where ancient gears rest silent, the eternal dance continues above, waiting for minds curious enough to seek its mathematical music.